Hello everyone, welcome to Traveler's World. Let's start travel news, episode number 3. The United Arab Emirates has now extended its travel restrictions on those traveling from India until June 14, 2021. The ban was initially imposed on April 25 after the second wave of COVID-19 started to spread through India, causing deaths. According to reports, Emirates has now suspended passengers' flights from India until June 14, 2021. It is also being reported that travelers who have transited through India in the last 14 days will not be allowed to travel into the UAE from any other point. However, those who hold UAE golden visas, along with UAE nationals and members of diplomatic missions, will be exempted from this rule, provided that they follow all COVID protocols. Passengers from the UAE to India will continue to be transferred via flights, while those exempted will be permitted to travel to UAE from India. The exempted travelers will have to go under a 10-day quarantine. Japan recently announced that it will be extending the quarantine period from 6 days to 10 days for those who have been to India and 5 other South Asian countries recently. This move comes in the wake of rising concerns over the spread of coronavirus. As per the reports, this update will be affecting the Japanese citizens primarily, as the government has already banned entry of foreign nationals, including those who have resident status and those who have been to those countries within the last 2 weeks, except under special circumstances. The Japanese government stated that all those who have been to India, the Maldives, Bangladesh, Pakistan, Sri Lanka, and Nepal will now have to undergo a 10-day quarantine instead of 6 days. Japan imposes 10-day quarantine on those who have been to India. Reportedly, the government will also likely impose 3-day quarantine for those who have been to Tunisia and Kazakhstan recently, along with Musée Carnavalet closed back in 2016 and is now reopening after 5 long years. The Musée Carnavalet, that was established way back in 1888, is now reopened after remaining closed for 5 years. The museum is back in the limelight after getting a €55 million makeover. As France is on the verge of ripening for international travelers, the museum has decided to reopen on May 29. Known for exhibits related to the history of Paris, the museum is housed in 2 old buildings. Visitors would be thrilled to know that the museum offers a great amalgamation of artifacts and curiosities. Norwegian Cruise Line has confirmed it expects to resume cruise operations from the United States from August 7. The line is hoping to offer week-long voyages from Seattle to Alaska, one of the top cruise destinations among its guests. The news follows the temporary waiver of the Passenger Vessel Services Act, allowing cruising to Alaska to resume upon obtaining the pending Conditional Sailing Certificate from the United States Centers for Disease Control and Prevention. Norwegian said all crew and guests must be fully vaccinated to embark on the Spain has said that it will start welcoming vaccinated travelers from June 7. The announcement was made by Prime Minister Pedro Sanchez on Friday at an international tourism fair in Madrid. He also informed that travelers from Britain would be allowed to visit for vacations from next week onwards. The Spanish PM said, from June 7, all vaccinated people and their families will be welcome in our country, Spain, regardless of their country of origin. From next Monday, the 24th of May, Spain will be delighted to receive British tourists again into our country. The travelers will be allowed to enter the country without restriction. However, it is still not clear whether negative COVID test reports are required or not. Britishers have been one of the biggest sources of tourists for Spain. But due to COVID-19 restrictions, British travelers had to quarantine. According to a new rule in the United Arab Emirates, vaccinations against COVID-19 are now compulsory for those who will be attending live events. This country is pushing for vaccinations for spectators interested in cultural, sports, arts, social, and other such events from June 6. According to the new rules, those wanting to see live events will also have to present a negative COVID-19 PCR test. So this means that just being vaccinated will not be enough. The negative test must be taken 48 hours before the event. Not just attendees, but also participants of live events are required to get vaccinated according to Dubai's Trade and Tourism Hub. This includes weddings as well, where 100 people are permitted to attend. Dubai is one of the most attractive destinations in the UAE, and as more and more countries are reopening for travelers, getting vaccinated seems to be the only sure way to travel. But not just travel, such rules kicking in would mean that even locals have to get vaccinated if they wish to attend live events. Recently, United Airlines announced to give away a year's worth of free flights to fully vaccinated travelers. The airline, under its Your Shot to Fly plan, is offering round-trip flights to winners, along with one-year-long pass to one lucky person who is completely vaccinated. United CEO Scott Kirby said, "We're proud to do our part to incentivize people to get their shot. We're excited to give people one more reason to get vaccinated so they can reunite with friends and family or take that long-awaited vacation, which all could be just one." More about the contest. 1. First thing first, the contest is open only to the members of United's Millage Plus loyalty program. 2. People who wish to enter can join online for free if you're not already a member. 3. Passengers will have to upload their vaccination records on the official website or United app from now until June 22. 4. Following this, the airline will give away a free round trip every day in the month of June. This includes tickets for any class of service to anywhere in the world that United flies. 5. The airline will give away 30 pairs of tickets until the end of the contest. 6. The contest is open to any US resident aged 18 or older. 7. On July 1st, the airline will then announce 5 grand winners selected to get a free year of travel. The globally renowned Yellowstone and Grand Teton National Parks have made new visitor records in April. As per official records, the Yellowstone National Park reported 40% more travelers, nearly 19,000 more visitors than in April 2019. In order to meet the rising number of travelers, the park had to hire more employees and get them vaccinated. The park has also prepared more campgrounds that are available only. Thank you for watching. If you like the video, subscribe for more.